you, hey, it's a wrap. I mean, it literally, the Grand Prix coming up tomorrow. We got qualifying coming up in the next few hours. But what I watched in that sprint race was ultimately outrageously embarrassing or should be embarrassing for the team. It's not embarrassing for me because I'm not the team. I'm not Ferrari. But what I can tell you is it should be embarrassing for Ferrari. What you saw in today's sprint race should be there. We likely should probably hear of somebody getting fired before the qualifying event even happens. If somebody was to get fired before qualifying happened, I would not be surprised. It wouldn't strike me as odd. It might strike me as maybe they finally understand that things have to change. When you got Lewis Hamilton up there on press conferences talking about being asked questions in regard to the next session or today's sprint race, are you going to utilize that as a test session? And the brother says the weather's nice. That's Lewis Hamilton's ultimate way of trying to be nice, not blast somebody, and not give you a bunch of fire. But that right there is indicting. It's indicting. And then today we go into the sprint race and we see an overwhelming, underperforming Ferrari. It looked absolutely horrid. And all of this, I don't want to hear any talk about Lewis Hamilton wash. Leclerc is not doing any damn better. He's not doing any damn better to make a difference in what's going on right now. Leclerc's high and low, high volatility driving style might get you a peep and you feel good and it's going to let you down. Okay, he's not a consistently good driver. Lewis Hamilton is consistently good. And let's also not forget, Lewis Hamilton is experiencing his first year in Ferrari this season, trying to understand a boatload of information, a boatload of people, an entirely different car, an entirely different power unit, an entirely different braking system, which he tried before with Mercedes on that very first entry, and they end up changing the Carbon Industries. Now he's with Brembo again, and that's a whole nother situation, and he's been consistent. Ferrari has also been consistently bad. It's bad. Miss Dino, what's going on? What's poppin'? I got the results right here for you. Results are right here for you, Miss Dino. What you're looking at is the results on pretty much how it turned out. This is 18 out of 19 laps going into the sprint race, and as you see right there, that's what you got. You got Ferrari doing Ferrari things. At this point in time, if it walks like a duck, it quacks like a duck, it's a duck. Big shout out to Piastri bringing home that sprint win. Big shout out to Piastri on that. Russell coming in second, Lando in third, Verstappen in fourth, and Verstappen was just ultimately crying and crying about the damn car. Anytime Max Verstappen, man, let me tell you something, man. That dude has to learn how to take accountability and responsibility. Sometimes, even as a leader, at times you take responsibility or you take on something that might not entirely be your fault because you know what? I'm the leader. I'm that guy. So what did Geno Smith say? You late to work, blame it on me. You late picking up your kids, blame it on me. The car breaks down, blame it on me. Anything that happens, you just blame it on me because I'm that guy. I'm the quarterback. I'm the leader of the team. Just let me wear that. I get paid millions and millions and millions of dollars than any other position right now on our team. I'll take that. Max Verstappen don't know how to do that. He's whining and crying anytime he needs an excuse for why he's not where he thinks he should be. So I got a question. Max Verstappen and Max Verstappen fans, you just made a cute remark not too long ago. I guess it's all the car. Well, what the fuck happened today? It was you. You can't go back and forth. You can't try to make cute statements and say, I guess it's all the car, as if, yeah, it's me. And then now these things happen and, oh, it's the car. No. You can't go back and forth. And that's what a lot of Max Verstappen delusional fans do. They want to go back and forth, flip-flop like a fish on the deck. They want to have two pieces of cake and eat them at the same time. Max is great when they win, and when they losing, he's driving a tractor. No, that's Max. Max is not good in a car that's not perfectly dialed in. Max is not good in a team that doesn't have the most dominant car. That's what you're going to see. And guess what? Max didn't start performing until they found some things to do with the car, and I'm questioning the front wing implication about that situation because that came far beyond the time and the deadline for teams to make their adjustments according to the front wing regulations. But you don't make cute statements talking about, I guess it's all the car. And then today, here we go with this performance, and now we complaining about the car. So is it the car or is it you, Max? Can't be both ways. That's how I know this is all fictitious. You're trying to put somebody where they actually don't belong. This is wild. Absolutely wild. 13th and 17th. And might I add, Lewis Hamilton said it got worse. They didn't make changes to get better. It got worse. Listen, Formula One Ferrari is dead. Ferrari it's a dead horse. Ferrari don't have it. They don't have it. They honestly don't. They don't know how to find their asshole from their ear hole or their nose hole or their pie hole. They just don't know where, which, and where to find it. They are absolutely, to me, looking lost in a design that they lost themselves in. And you got to remember, back when I said this, back when they announced this, that they were changing such a large amount of this car coming into the season, I said it's a mistake. Because when you change that much and things go wrong, it's going to be hard for you to find out what's not working. They don't know what they're doing. They don't know what they're doing right now. They don't. And I'm not saying they don't know the processes of being a Formula One team. Yeah, they know how to clock in, come to work, go to your shop, make laminates. Yeah, they know how to clock in, come to work, go to aerodynamic, get on the CDF, get on the CFD machine. They know how to design. They know how to do the functions. They don't know how to put it together to actually be a winning team anymore. This is a large sample size of what the F. Last season's car was competitive. It was working. They made an ultimate mistake, and now they are paying the price. They tried to get cute, and now they're paying the price. They tried the boom thing, and it was a bust. This shit makes me want to just take a nap, honestly. What's up, Marciano? We got Reezy. We got Miss Dino. We got Reese Cup up in here. What's going on? Makes me want to take a nap. Some of you all are probably not even excited about qualifying. I am, because I'm trying to look at Pia do this thing. I would absolutely like for Piastri to get pole position again, Lando to have something happen where he doesn't even finish the race and gets out of points, and Piastri take the race win lead. That's what I would like. And I heard, but I'm going to save it for a different conversation, that McLaren had a conversation and Piastri really wasn't feeling it. That's what I heard, what I saw. Maybe I can verify it, see if I can find an actual quote. But, yeah. Ferrari's lost, y'all. It's a lost cause at this point in time. It's a done deal. They have to do what we in America refer to NFL teams doing, which is you got to bust it all down and rebuild it. Right now, the Baltimore Ravens likely need to fire Harbaugh. Because right now, if he's not calling the game plays, he's definitely not implementing himself to reject the game plays that are being called. How the hell do you go into a game with the league's 32nd ranked defense in rushing. You have Derek freaking Henry, and you only give him 10 attempts, and both scores came from your running backs. And you don't run him more than 10 times against a team who's ranked 32nd. There's only 32 teams in the league. You don't run him more than 10 times against a team that's worst ever in the league against the rush. Yeah, Harbaugh needs to be fired. Zay Flowers needs to be traded for more draft capital. Keep Derrick Henry. Keep Lamar Jackson. Keep majority of your defense. Your coach needs to go use some of that capital on Zay Flowers, get you some draft picks in, check out your defense as far as your DBs, and get you some freaking wide receivers that actually are top-ranked wide receivers. This is what Ferrari needs to do. Elkin, you need to get your ass replaced. Fred Vassar, I think he's cool where he is. He gets a little bit more time, but we got to figure out who's working in the engineering shop, because I'm trying to tell you, some of these guys ain't got it together. The power unit definitely needs to be looked into. You better look into your power unit, because this is not the first season that you had a power unit that I think is questionable. It's time to bust it down and build it back up. I'm telling you, this thing is absolutely ugly. And it is a shame to have a car that bright red, that prestigious so-called to be on track, and be this damn ridiculously bad. You don't need to do both. You don't need to come out here in your Versace shoes, your Christian Dior pants, your Celine jacket, whatever the hell else you're going to put on, any kind of designer mismatch, and then you ass. Listen, just go put on a sweatsuit, a hoodie, and come out here until you get your shit together. You put in some real work. Then worry about being flashy. Ferrari, dumb this car down, bro. You might want to get rid of the red until you actually doing something. Maybe that might be part of your problem. And that is part of their problem when you think about it. They're so stuck on the red. We've yet to see Ferrari do a livery that's really a good change, a booming change. And that tells you, I know it's not the most important thing, but just listen to what I'm saying. When you feel you can't even change that to be eccentric or surprising, you're holding on to a lot of other things that mean a lot more than a damn livery on a car. That means you're not changed. You don't want to change. You don't want to change. You're scared to even change your livery from being red to yellow or blue. You hold on that tight. Ferrari is not going to let go of being losers now. They're so stuck in the past. They're so stuck on what they used to be. They're so stuck on talking about what they used to do. They're so stuck on talking about the drivers they used to have that they're not optimizing the drivers they have now. They're not trying to change the problems they have now. They're not trying to get championships now. They lost. They looking bad out here. To me, Ferrari look like the Cleveland Browns right now, except Shador at least giving them a pop. So, yeah, I couldn't even wait to get on here for live qualifying to say this. I was just sitting and just working on something, and I said, this shit is horrible. Ferrari has let down not only their drivers, especially Lewis Hamilton. They've let down an entire culture and country of people. You can't keep trying to hold on to your smugness forever and think it's going to pass. It's bad. So I just had to come on here and express myself on that, because it's horrible. All right. So we'll be here again in about, I think, an hour and a half. We'll be here for qualifying, unfortunately. And we'll see what happens. Everything else would be exciting, but if you are only going to watch qualifying in hopes of Ferrari doing something spectacular, don't set yourself up for failure. Watch qualifying for an array of different things that happen throughout several teams. It will be a much better watch for you. Don't come watching qualifying for Ferrari. Come to watch qualifying for Formula One and whoever is doing something that would be deemed worthy of being on a Formula One track. Do that, and I promise you it'll be a better watch, all right? So, all right, that's it, good people. See you in a little bit. Take it easy. Peace and love. We're out. Hold on. I see we got something right there. The brother came up. Good question. Hey, you thought I was going right. You thought I was out of there. Hold on. All right. So in regards to that, yeah, I came back on y'all last. Could they switch back to the SF24 if they wanted to? Yes, they could. Yes, they could. They could have already done that. They could have switched back to a previous revision of the car if they wanted to, and it wouldn't have to go down as an update. It wouldn't have to be an update. So, yeah, several teams have done that in the year. Like, let's just go back to an older revision of the car. You can set this car up. You don't have to make new parts for it. You already have them. So, technically, you don't even have to bring it as an update because it's not an update. This is a previous revision of the car. So, yeah, you could go back to a previous revision of your car, and it would be completely fine. But this goes to show, and there is somewhat of an understanding of why you wouldn't do it. I do understand that. There's somewhat of an understanding of why you wouldn't do this. And I'm going to be fair when I say this because I'm going to be objective. Technically, if you're really trying to move forward, you wouldn't want to do that. You would want to try to find your way through and hit that next level of performance that could raise your ceiling. But last season, I don't know if you remember, we had several teams toward the end of the season where they had two drivers. One driver did better with an older revision of the car, whereas the other driver did better with the current revision, and they literally reverted the car back for the other driver. I think Haas did it. We also had another team who did it. I want to say Aston Martin also did it. I think Mercedes might have actually done something similar to that where they went back to a previous revision. And Red Bull even had done so kind of unfairly trying to say they were doing something, but I think they gave Perez at one point an older floor. Yeah, you can do this. You could literally do that. And one would wonder why hadn't they done that already? And let me tell you why. The same reason why they don't change the livery, the same reason why they haven't changed the race engineer for Lewis Hamilton, the same reason why they let John Elkann come out and say shit and he's still able to open his mouth, the same reason why Ferrari is where they are is because they are afraid of making real change and looking crazy. Sometimes you got to be humble. Sometimes you got to look like, you know what, we made a mistake. We made a mistake. They don't want to look like that. They want to, this is our direction. And in the end, our direction is going to be right, no matter how far they get off course. They're 1,000 miles away from where they should be, and they're still going to say, eventually we'll get there. No, you're only going to get 1,000 more miles away from where you're supposed to be. So, yeah, they could have done that. Good question, man. Good question. And big shout out for you doing the super chat, putting your hat in the name for the Formula One trading cards. But I will see you all at qualifying. Peace and love. See you on the next one. We're out.